up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another video for you guys. Now, in this particular clip, which comes from the Daily Wrap-Up crew, shout out to them. This woman is talking about men traumatizing women, but how women can also traumatize men as well. So we're gonna get into the clip. I want you to chime in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content, and y'all let me know what y'all think. So let's get into it. Here we go.
Right.
Y'all cannot say that.
You gotta put it in both perspectives.
Either a woman can experience trauma, a man can experience trauma too. The same way a could cheat on you and you never ever, it could be a 10 and you loved her to death and then she cheated on you, never want a 10 ever again in your life.
Right.
Like it happens where you just be traumatized over situations. It don't have to be a man traumatized the woman. Bitch be traumatized in too. Let's just really talk about that. That's a fact too. No, because it really is a fact. Like be feeling away and then now the next bitch that they f with, they don't really be able to f with them for real because the last bitch that made them feel some type of way.
Yeah, I mean, what she's saying is truthful. This is why I say this stuff goes both ways, you know, and a lot of times women like to always point it at men, but they never see themselves. I don't know how many times I speak on it, you know, where women always complaining about men have traumatized them and did them dirty, and now it makes it bad for the next dude because she's holding baggage from being traumatized from the last guy. And you know, the cycle continues, and a lot of women always complain about how these dudes treat you bad and do you dirty, and they don't care, and they take that baggage into the next relationship. But what they fail to talk about is that women do the same. Women are not exempt from cheating and lying and manipulating men. They've done it for years. This is not a new thing. And I think it's interesting how women can come on social media and grandstand and talk about how dirty men have been, but they have mistreated, lied to, manipulated men in many different ways. And I don't think it's all women, but there have been a lot of women who have done this. But when they do it, it's okay. You know, it's justified. Hey, the men do it, so we can do it too. But no, the man that you did that to probably didn't do that to you. You're holding somebody else accountable for what another man did to you. And then in many of these cases, these women put themselves in these positions. As much as they don't want to acknowledge that or say that, it's true. They know the type of guys that they fool with. You know, this guy had baby mamas when you met him. You know, he was not a good father to his kids when you met him, but you still chose to get in a relationship with him thinking that somehow you're going to make him different. And when it don't work out and when he do you this dirty the same way he did the last ones, you're complaining and mad and blaming all men. So it's just insane to me how women portray things as if it's only men that do dirt and women don't, when we know women cheat just as much as men. And we know that there are gold diggers and women who are out here looking to exploit and manipulate men on so many levels. But somehow we're supposed to turn a blind eye to that with the sisterhood and say, oh, you know what? That's just women, and women are women, and they're going to do what they're going to do. And if you the fool with them or you don't. But, you know, for the men who decide they don't want to fool with you, oh, that's a problem. Oh, you got a problem. You don't like your mama because you don't want to deal with a woman with kids. No, they don't want to deal with a manipulator, a conniving woman who's lying and trying to only use them for their resources. No. So for men, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. If they step back, oh, it's a problem. If they approach, it's a problem. Your expectations for him is a problem. If he don't want to be manipulated and used, and he's cautious with how he moves and who he talks to and who he dates, oh, that's a problem. Oh, they're not approaching us no more. They sassy. It's the sassy man apocalypse. So I get where the men are coming from, but because women make it seem like that men are just a problem on every level, and that is just not the case. Let's continue though.
Like it be like that, but the same way we got to look at it both ways. Like the same way that a woman would feel away because a man may have cheated and did this, that, and the third. They find women that is dogs too, and they feel like, oh, this is the one that I really want to f with, and that you really f***ing with her. You not doing nothing crazy, and then she do you dirty. So now you feel like, okay, now moving forward, I'm not gonna continue to no.
Yeah, and shout out to her for being honest, because that's absolutely the truth. I mean, come on now, women know this, but there's no accountability. They don't want accountability because it's gonna force them to change, and they don't want to change because they used to what they're doing, and they know that they can benefit from it in some way. You know, maybe there are certain men who won't deal with them, but there are certain men who might. And so as long as there's the possibility of a man who's open to their shenanigans, they're going to keep on doing it. They're not going to change because they are the ones that stand to benefit from that. And to be honest with you, a lot of women who are out here like that, they don't care about giving you a little coochie here and there. They don't care about that. A lot of these women don't value their bodies in a way that would allow them to preserve their bodies for husbands. Half of these women ain't even trying to get a husband. They ain't even worrying about a husband in the future like that. They worried about right now. They worry about what you can do for them now. Can you help them take care of their kids? Because remember, majority of them already have kids, and they gotta make sure their kids are good and their kids are eating and their bills are paid. So they trying to look out for now. They're not thinking about a husband and all that future stuff, because they don't even think that's going to happen, nor are they really looking for it, because they don't believe that they can get a husband anyway. So if they can't get that, and they're not worried about no future and all the stuff that we be talking about, they worried about, look, I need my bills paid. I need my nails done. I need my car note paid. Can you do it or can't you? And if you can't keep it pushing, I'm going to go till I find the one who can do it. So that's the type of time that they're on. And so, I mean, there's nothing you could really do about it, because that's where they are. That is the position that they're in, and that's the position that they're playing. And nobody can tell them any other way, because first off, you got to understand, these are toxic individuals with a lot of trauma. People who don't, who've been dealt either the wrong cards, or they've been raised by toxic individuals and in a toxic environment. And that's just all they know. They don't know any other way. So they got to function and move in a way that works for them right now. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think when we're talking about marriage and long term and getting the right man, a lot of these women are like, they ain't got no time for that. That's why you hear some of them talking about they ain't worried about marriage. Marriage is not the flex, because they never thought about marriage. They never thought that they could get married. They never thought a man would care for them enough to want to marry them and give them a good life. But they're still out here hoping and looking for somebody who's going to give them something temporary because they need it. And this is why we have this transactional relationship status, why everything is a transaction, because that's what it is. That's what a lot of them are used to. That's the positions they put themselves in. So why not just, if it's working for me and you get it working for you and you getting what you need at the time, then they're gonna keep doing it. Talking about valuing your body and preserving it, they're not trying to do that. They know men like sex. Men want what's between their legs, and if they can get some coins out of them for that, then that's the route they're gonna take. So it's a right now fix. It's not you're not worried about when they're getting older and all that kind of stuff and what the consequences are going to look like. When they get to that point, then that's when they'll deal with it. You'll hear people say, well, when it comes to that, then I'll deal with that. But until then, I need these coins. I need to get to the bag. If a ninja ain't trying to help me get to the bag, I don't want to deal with him. So yeah, I'm going to charge you for my time. I'm going to charge you to DM me. I'm going to charge you for this. If you want some of this, I'm going to charge you for that. And that's it. And as long as they can find men who's going to pay them, they're going to continue to move in that manner. And so it is what it is. There's nothing we could do, you and I could do to change it. It's just what it is. It was what it is. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below of this video. Comment, like, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content, you guys. Chime in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.